Hello, hello. Okay. Hmm, okay. Pick the filter for myself. Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? Um, Hope everyone is enjoying their evening. For me, it's morning the next day, so I'm coming to you live from the future. I am 12 hours ahead of New York. So, yeah, you get a glimpse of the future through me. Hope everyone is doing great and remembering to be kind to yourself, gentle to yourself, because you are the only person on this planet that you should take care of first, and then the rest. And I wanted to thank you all for submitting your questions. I loved reading them, and I picked 3 questions that were most common. So even if I do not, even if I do not go over your question today, most likely you will get the answer through a different question here. And every time you're submitting questions to me, you guys are doing such a great job at spreading positive energy, because not only you're helping yourself, because I will answer your questions, but you're helping others who will watch this maybe as a recording, and they will answer their questions. And you're helping me as well to spread the message, spread the knowledge. So you're doing such a great job creating this positive ripple effect. So I cannot thank you enough. Please keep sending me your questions, and I am here to serve you. So shall we begin? Let's start with the first question. I'm a 20-year-old teacher and I hate my job. I don't know what else I'm good at. How do I figure out the new direction? And the first thing I want to say, you're so not alone in this, because most of my clients actually struggle with changing careers, finding what they love doing, finding purpose, because very often we tie our purpose to the career. We spend most of our life at work. So it's natural that we want to do something meaningful, something that we love doing, and something that is having an impact in the world. So the first thing I would answer here to myself, if I was in your situation, is, you said you're a teacher. Do I hate teaching in general? Have you always hated it? When did you start feeling this way? Because this helps us understand whether or not you hate teaching in general and it was never your passion, you just went into it for different reasons. If you say you still love teaching, maybe look at such aspects as, maybe you don't like your colleagues, maybe you don't like the school or where you're working, maybe you don't like the system, maybe you can still do teaching but in a different environment. Explore that first. And if you realize that teaching is just not your cup of tea, which is also fine. We go through different experiences in life, and sometimes we have to try something to understand whether or not we like it. So the next step would be exploring your passions. What do I like to do? What would I want to do? How would I want to contribute to society and be happy and fulfilled? And there is no one way to figure that out. I wish there was just one exercise that we can do and understand what we want. Very often we can't tap into it and we have realization, but it may take many forms and shapes in real life. Same as teaching. You could be teaching online, you could be teaching in school, you can be teaching one-on-one as coaching. So it takes a lot of forms, and we need to find out which one works for us. So I prepared a list of exercises for you that I personally did and I give to my clients. And by doing all of them, you will create this mixture of my likes, my dislikes, and you will get more direction in what could be your next career choice. So first of all, the classical one, what would I do if money did not matter? And the most important thing is, please take this seriously. Don't just say, oh, I'll travel. Think about, you still need to work because you're passionate about it, but you want millions and millions of dollars and there is no need for you to work. What would you do? Let's say for me, I would travel and have a travel blog, and I would learn different cultures, and I would be able to help people through expanding my mindset of the world, and I would be able to help more people in my coaching practice. Next one is blue sky thinking. Imagine that anything was possible, and Walt Disney uses this exercise used to use this exercise for his creations, because very often when we're thinking about something in the future, our critical mind tends to kick in and tell us this is possible, this is not possible. So the blue sky thinking exercise allows you to dream big without criticism. So imagine you are 5 years from now and you have your perfect career. What do you do? How does it look? How does your day look? How do you want to feel? Most importantly is, how do you want to feel doing what you're doing? Because you may have the most amazing career on paper and you can manifest the attributes of your career, but you will still feel miserable doing it. So write down how it looks and how you feel without any criticism. Allow yourself to go deep into your subconscious. That's where all of the answers lie. We don't have to go too deep, and we don't have to find anything or look for anything. It's all within us. We just need to open that bag and see what's inside. Next exercise is, if you had only 6 months to live, what would you do? Usually people tend to do things that they have been postponing. So see how it's gonna look for you, how your 6 months would look if those were the last 6 months that you can live on planet Earth. Another one is, remember what you used to love doing as a kid. Let's say when I was growing up, I loved teaching. I loved pretending I am a teacher, or I created some situations where I would invent something and I would tell the group how it works. So I loved teaching, and one-on-one coaching or group coaching gives me that. I'm basically a teacher. Next one is, ask your friends 3 things that they would come to you for. And this exercise, when I did it many years ago, really helped me out understand what I want to do, because like yourself, I used to be stuck in my career, which was amazing job. I worked with the best people. That's why it was so hard to leave, but it was not fulfilling in ways that I needed it to be. Yes, so ask your friends, what are the 3 things that they would come to you for? What can you help them with? And my friends used to tell me that they would come to me for advice, support, and motivation. And when 5-10 people told me the same thing, I was like, maybe that's where my strengths and passions lie. And I started to explore it. And last one is, imagine that you are at your deathbed and there is an article about you, about your life in a newspaper, if by that time there will be newspapers. And write out what it says, what have you achieved in your life, how you were famous in the society, how have you contributed to society. Because when we are looking for our career path or purpose, it has to be aligned with your inner self, and your inner self, your inner talents will always be aligned with what society needs. It's like supply and demand, but you already have what the world needs. If the world would not need it, you would not have it inside of you. You would not have those talents. So we are part of one. So write that article, and even if you think in the moment that, oh my gosh, it sounds like so narcissistic, I'm writing about myself in this as if I have achieved so much. But if that's your desire, then it's possible, because we all want to contribute to society and be helpful to this society. So these are the exercises that I can give you right now to help you tap into your talents, into your purpose, into your passions. And by doing all of them, you will be able to look at your life, at yourself from different angles, and realize, get a more clear sense of where you need to go next, what talents and careers you might want to explore further. But as I said before, please don't just leave your job and say, I hate teaching. Explore it. Do you hate teaching, or do you hate the company? Do you hate people you're working with? Maybe there is just some aspects of it that you don't like, but you still love teaching. So you just need a different format, or a different company, or different colleagues, or maybe a bigger role. Because trust me, I've coached people who say, I hate my job, and then when we go through it, they love their job. It's just the other attributes of the job they're not happy with, and that can be changed, and we work towards changing those attributes. And of course, if you do need my help, if you want to work with me, I can help you out on that path. I helped a lot of people through the same problem, and it's not as big or as hard as it seems, trust me. Next question. I am so sick of trying so hard and getting nowhere. It's like universe is against me, and I'm just mad how unfair it feels. Everyone else gets things easy and I work hard and nothing. Oh my gosh, I feel so much pain in that question, and a lot of us have been there, where you trying and doing stuff and just don't get results, and it feels and looks like everyone else gets things easy and become prosperous and happy, and we're not, no matter how hard we try. But the thing here, please do not compare yourself to anyone else, because everyone else has their own journey. First of all, they may have easy things in one area of life, but not easy in other areas of life. Sometimes we may have a lot of luck on our way in the particular period of time. Very often we don't know the story behind those people, because what is portrayed in social media or even with friends, we see what they have achieved, but we don't see the struggles that people have gone through to get there. We don't see it, and no one tells us about it. That's why we think that people get everything easy. So don't punish yourself for not achieving what you want. I know it's very, very, very frustrating, but look and compare yourself only to yourself in the past. I am sure that through all of those experiences that you may look at as failures, you have learned something. You have become a better version of yourself. So if you compare yourself today to yourself in the past, a week ago, yesterday, if you got better, it means you're already moving forward, no matter what you think when you compare yourself to others. And just be kind to yourself and know that you are enough. And every failure is knowledge, is a feedback, and feedback is knowledge, and knowledge is power. Every time I fail, even through tears, I say, I become so much more powerful. In the moment, of course, I don't believe it, because I just failed. Something that I really wanted did not work out. But if I look at it realistically, I understand that it was an experience. I've learned what to do and what not to do. That's all. And then we redirect. And the important part here, especially if we're working on something big, is to eliminate the importance, lower the importance. I will give you a very simple example. It's maybe too simple, but I just want to illustrate my point of importance. Let's say you need to go buy bread. You go to the store is closed. You're like, oh, this is so frustrating. Okay, I'll go to the next store. You go to the next store and you buy the bread. What is happening here? It's the same thing when you're trying something and it did not work out. So you're just redirecting and do something else. Like go and buy bread in a different store. You do not dwell on it for hours and days and months. You just say, okay, I've learned maybe I need to check the store schedule before I go. I've learned that yes, sometimes the store might be closed when I want it to be open. I find other ways to get what I want. The same thing is applicable in your life when you are striving to achieve your goals. If something does not work, we do not dwell on it. We just learn the lesson. What have I achieved? And redirect. And when we lower the importance, we lower the resistance to the situation, and we can see a clear picture of the situation. Because when we are putting so much importance on achieving something, then the emotions when we don't get it are very intense. We resist it, and it just becomes a whole emotional mess, and we cannot see that the next door is right there. We become those flies that we laugh at that just go into the closed window, but all we need to do is just to pull back a little, and then you will see an open window. So release the importance, lower the importance. Every time you feel that way, when you feel frustrated when something doesn't work out, Just imagine it was the same thing as go and buying bread, and the store is closed, I'm gonna go to the next one. And this will help you build resilience and positive attitude in everything. Be grateful that it happened that way, because maybe on your different path, when you redirect, there is something bigger for you. We don't know. You can only see what your brain allows you to see, but a lot of things we cannot predict. So just go with your gut feeling, lower the importance, be grateful for the lessons, and you will build a positive attitude towards life. And when we have positive attitude, which is a skill that we can learn by teaching ourselves to think positively and being grateful no matter what happens, your life will turn into a set of positive events instead of struggles. I hope that was helpful, and I hope I answered your question. I feel your pain. I've been there. It feels like life is against me, and no matter what I do, but release the importance and say, I'm doing amazing. I'm much better than I was yesterday. I've learned so much. I failed, but I got more powerful, and it gives me more energy, more knowledge to redirect and get to where I want to be. And sometimes maybe you're following the wrong dream. Also, check that. Sometimes life may not give us something because it's not what we truly want. And the last question for you guys is, I feel buried under daily tasks at home and at work. No matter what I do, the list never ends. How do I stop feeling like I'm drowning? How to manage everything? Well, the answer is you can't. You cannot manage everything because you cannot control everything. And that's exactly what you're trying to do. And a lot of us trying to do that, and we put more and more and more on our list, and then we just become exhausted and reach a nervous breakdown at the worst case scenario. Be kind to yourself. Understand that you're not this question was from a woman, you're not a superwoman. Allow yourself to be imperfect. When we release the control, because control means we want to be perfect at everything, release that control and say, I want to be imperfect. I want to let those socks in that corner lay there for a week and not be bothered. I'm exaggerating, but let yourself not be perfect and see that the world does not end. And I mean, not just tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna let myself be imperfect and still try to control everything. No, actually, actively practice it. You don't have time to cook dinner, order it. Everything that, just do stuff that it might be a little silly, might be a little exaggerated, but have fun with it. Have fun with just being imperfect and not controlling everything. If you want practical steps, the first best thing is, of course, delegating. When we want to control everything, we are afraid to ask for help because we think it's a weakness. It's not. Most of the prominent people, most of the successful people have the skill of delegation. If you do not know how to delegate, you cannot grow in business and you cannot grow in life, because you will be micromanaging everything, and micromanaging leads to nowhere. So ask for help. Ask, if it's at work, ask your colleague for help. Maybe some of your colleagues have more free time. They're better suited to complete that project because they know more about it. And trust me, it's not dumping work on someone. It's approaching when you're thinking and saying, listen, I can't, can you help me? And you will see that a lot of people, they feel important when you choose them to help them. They're like, oh, I must mean something. I must know something if this person is asking me for help. So you are making, by asking for help, you're helping yourself, and you're also making someone else feel good about them. At home delegation, if you have children, maybe they can clean, maybe they can help you out around the house, maybe your friends can help you with something. There's many ways to delegate depending on your situation. Just be okay with asking for help. You don't have to do it all alone, and it's very hard when we put the whole world on our shoulders and try to carry it. You're not doing anyone a favor, because by doing that, the people who depend on you, when you reach your breaking point, no one is there who's gonna help them. So think about that. Another practical solution is setting boundaries. Let's say you can set boundaries at work, saying finish at 5 and that's it, close your computer. Setting boundaries with family and friends. Learn to say no. You're not there to save everyone and help everyone. Only if you do have the resource, you say, yes, I can help you. But if you do not, then you don't. Learn to say no and set those healthy boundaries. And if you have been a yes person all your life and all of a sudden you start saying no, a lot of people might feel uncomfortable with it first, but then they will learn to respect it and respect you and your time. And as a side effect, you'll get more respect from your surrounding by saying no. So saying no is good. Oh, and last one is schedule time to recharge. Why do I say schedule? Because we do forget to rest. Resting and sleeping in the contemporary society is frowned upon. We all try to be superhumans, pull all-nighters, and sacrifice sleep and rest. But if you do not sleep, if you do not rest, you do not recharge. And if you do not recharge, everything comes hard. And you will be completing the same task twice as long. And you will be depleting your resources. So please recharge and schedule it, because if you do not, there'll always be some task that you need to do on your calendar. So you must put it on your calendar. Let's say every morning you devote 10 minutes to just yourself, to relax and recharge with your cup of coffee. Or every evening you do a 15-minute walk around the block. That's your me time. Anything, every little thing that you can take just for yourself that will recharge you, that will help you to be more grounded and balanced and not feel overwhelmed. Because remember, when we are in a good mood, we're fully rested, everything is flowing, everything is coming, life is easy. But then when we are tired and exhausted, everything seems like a chore and everything takes 3 times longer to complete. So just give yourself that time, that recharge time. Put it on your calendar. I personally schedule my fun time because I know I'm a workaholic. If I don't, it's not gonna happen. I used to sacrifice my sleep all the time. Sometimes I do still. I'm guilty, but I'm working on it. I know that when I'm fully rested and I'm happy, things are much easier and life is brighter, and we are here to enjoy life. Because when you look back at your life that was just filled with chores and you trying to be controlling and perfect, what's there? We are here to love life, to enjoy it, to grow, to become more resilient, to learn tricks to make our life easier and more beautiful, because life is for you. So at the end of the day, it's what you make of it for yourself. So be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, and take care of yourself. If you do not, then no one will. It's like on the airplane. First you put mask on yourself and then on your child. So please put mask on yourself first and then help the rest of the world. Do we have an agreement here? I hope we do. I hope you heard me, and I hope you're already in your calendar scheduling some fun and recharge time. Okay, do I have any questions here? Okay, I don't see any questions. Well, I covered 3 questions today. If you guys want to get an answer to your question, please DM me, and you will be serving yourself, you'll be serving me, and you will be serving other people who are in the same situation and who will get their answers through your questions. So please don't be shy, reach out to me, and I will answer your questions in my next live. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening or day, depending on where on the planet you are. See you soon. Bye.